Hola, hello again, and welcome to the show. Today's episode of Vulnerable is about my dad. Um, for those of you who don't know, my father passed away on October 2nd, 2010. So this video is to honor him. Okay. Um, I want to start by saying that it's been 6 years since he passed away. And every time I see a car, every time I see a red Camaro, every time I see uh, Pep Boys commercials and uh, uh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but right now, but those are the things that I was able to think about, right? Um, Anytime I see some of those things, I think about him. Okay, and I remember the day before he died, right? The day before he died, I was with him. And and I'm not crying, I'm not crying. And I'm trying to think. Girl. Oh, okay. I zoned out. I'm sorry. I can tell you the story about what happened the day before he died, right? On October 1st, 2010, right? I was late for school and I had missed the bus. Do you know my dad drove all the way from Manalvin to Freehold Borough to come pick me up and drive me to school? That was a sign. That was a fucking sign. I should have I regret not telling him, hey, we should spend some more time together. Or, like, because I can still remember the day we moved into our apartment on June 25th, 2010. My parents separated that day. That day is instrumental for two reasons. One, both my parents separated that day. Right, my parents separated on that day, on that exact day. They separated on the exact morning of, um, on the morning of June 25th, 2010. My parents separated. Okay, and also that day we moved into our apartment. um it was a year it was a time of exploring. It was a time of learning new things and downgrading, and you know girl, why is my phone off the hook, Miss Penny? Oh, because I have Google alerts. Someone just whispered the morning get pulled up for dancing in cars because the cop thought she was strong. Girl, girl, I'm gonna talk about that later. On Not on Patreon, but maybe possibly on YouTube. But I don't know. I don't know. Also, okay. So back to the story. So well, I'm sorry for yawning. I'm sorry for yawning, girl. I have to make it a habit to stop yawning in videos. But it's uncontrollable. It's involuntary. Anyway, so back to the story at hand, the task at hand. Oh, girl, I had to stop burping in videos with sticks. But it's involuntary. Back to the story at hand, right? So, the day before he died, he drove me to school, as I said before. And I told you guys my regrets. Um, Now, I don't remember the drive there. I just remember looking away, looking. I remember seeing him drive off and not knowing that that would be the last time I ever saw him. Not knowing, you know, not knowing, not knowing. Isn't it a shame? Like, see, I keep telling people, you need to cherish the time you have with other people, especially your parents, because you only get one parent. You only get two parents, right? And some people don't even have a father. Some people don't. Some people don't have a mother. Like, I mean, for most of my childhood, my mom was very much involved in her job. Like, she rarely spent time with me, you know. And bro, why am I moving around? I need to stop doing that in my videos and thing. My dad, um, he was a peculiar character. It's happening, bitch. I'm yelling my damn videos. Um, my dad, he had a series of odd jobs, right? I remember he worked with my mom at one point at AAA at one point, and he got fired because he I remember the time. I remember the exact time that my mom, that, that that my mom told me he got fired. I was 6 years old, 7 years old. My mom told me, oh, he got into a fight with his boss. And they fired him. So, do you know I went to see a psychic, right? Remember when I went to, what? Ugh. Remember when I went to see the psychic, right? Remember that day in August, girl. That day, the psychic told me, your father, he was not a good man, was he? I said, no. She said he regrets. The psychic, the psychic, the psychic, the psychic said he regrets not knowing how to be a father. Um, and I forget the rest of that story, but you'll have to look at the video on Patreon. Look at the earlier video on my Patreon feed for um that particular video. And but when I remember feeling like when she said that, I was like, someone understands. Someone finally understands, you know. Someone finally understands. Um so yeah, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go now. Bye.